This is Imogen Hollins, reporting to you live from outside the Mill Health Centre, the epicentre of the highly contagious tropical virus outbreak that threatened the entire population of Leatherbridge little over a week ago.
Imi!
What?
I thought this was about life in the NHS.
It is.
Anyway, you're not reporting live.
Well, I know that. I just... Fine. We'll go from the top again. But this time, don't interrupt me until I say cut, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And action.
Wait, what do you mean action? I haven't stopped recording.
We'll press pause when it's just me and you talking. Not now. We're going for a take.
Get on with it then.
Action. This is Imogen Hollins, reporting to you from outside the Mill Health Centre, a place where doctors and nurses deal daily with the terrifying realities of illness and death, sometimes even their own.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Prepare yourselves to get up close and personal with the doctors and nurses working on the front lines of the NHS.
Okay, guys, I've checked the appointments list for today, and we seem to be fairly quiet, so I think you'll all have time to do your interviews. For Imogen and a friend, for their film.
Film?
Well, I told you they're doing a media studies project today.
Nope. News to me.
I did tell you.
Thanks ever so much, I really appreciate it.
What exactly have we agreed to?
Well, it's a documentary, really. It's about your work, stuff like that. I mean, the girls are being told to keep the disruption down to an absolute minimum. Oh, that might be it.
This is the last thing we need right now.
Yeah, I've still got a cold, so I don't want a camera shoved in our face.
Come on, guys, it's not going to be broadcast to the nation. It's just a college project. I mean, how bad can it be?
So, how are you thinking of doing this? Because you know you're not allowed to film the patients. Really nice to see you, Belinda. You haven't been around the house for ages.
Oh, I don't get much time to see friends these days, Mrs. Hollins.
You've been studying hard.
Well, trying to. I've got a weekend job, so...
We need to get this wrapped and edited by the end of today, Belinda.
I know.
So are you filming yet?
Filming what?
Everything. Record everything. This is a documentary. You never know what you're going to get. Can I ask, is this where you were trapped with that violent patient under quarantine?
Well, it wasn't really violent.
Actually, I was asking Julia. Can you tell us what it was like being trapped with a violent criminal?
Well, it's like your mum said. He wasn't dangerous, he was just upset and not very well. And so it made a frightening situation a lot worse.
Can you start from the beginning? When did you first realise there was something wrong?
I had a phone call saying that there was a code blue situation, and I assumed that it was a drill. Then we heard the helicopters, and before we knew it, the place was wrapped in plastic. Well, as you can see, the mill is back in full working order. Nurse Malone is in good health. So I think it's safe to say that we're all just looking forward to things getting back to normal.
But having survived such a terrible ordeal together, you must see everyone a little bit differently now, right?
Well, I wouldn't say differently. It was an unusual situation, yes, but the team responded as they always do, thinking on their feet and putting themselves on the line for their patients.
Okay, but has anything changed for you personally?
No, I don't think so.
Really? I mean, at some point you must have thought, well, this is the end.
Well, yeah, I suppose we all did.
So did it make you think more about your life and what it's become?
I'm not sure that this is quite
Well,
what it...
think back to that day. You were staring death in the face. In that moment, did you think, my life's everything I want it to be? Or did you think something was missing?
Sorry.
Mum. Oh, so unprofessional.
It's fine. Look, Imogen, I don't think I feel very comfortable talking about... Is that thing still on?
No.
Good. Not that I've got anything to hide. Well, you know, I mean, I run a successful business. I've raised a family. You know, they've all gone off now. They've got lives of their own. That's what it's all about. It's quite a relief, actually. You know, you don't have to mother them all the time anymore. It gives me a chance to have some alone time. Me time.
Brilliant. Thanks, Julia.
Mum, I told you I can't today. But it is important. It's part of my course. Look, I know it wasn't easy, but... I'm sorry, I didn't know you were going to ask. Mum, I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Hello?
Is everything all right?
Everything's fine, Mrs. Hollins. I should get back.
So, how does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it's a bit weird, I suppose.
Can you tell us what happened that day?
Yeah, sure. What do you want to know?
Didn't the girl that...
Actually, sorry, Cherry, would you mind just facing the camera?
Didn't the girl that you were with turn out to be the carrier?
Yeah, she was. We didn't know at first, and then we got a phone call.
What was that?
It's nothing.
No, seriously. I think something just fell into your tea.
It's the scab, my cold sore.
What? Oh, don't!
Well, it's just nice to be out the isolation ward, talking to people without spacesuits on.
Oh, that must have been so freaky. And I bet you missed cuddling up to a certain someone.
Like you wouldn't believe. What is that? This? Oh, it's a speculum. It's for gynecological examinations.
And how does it work?
Well, it's simple really. You just insert this into the...
Okay, too much information.
Imogen?
You can put that away now, thank you. Anyway, I was asking about your love life, Cherry. Care to elaborate?
My love life, I thought this was about being a doctor.
It is. It's just, when I asked Cherry the same question, she wouldn't shut up about you.
Really? What'd she say?
Well, when I thought that I was gonna die, I just listened to his voice on the other end of the phone, and it was like he was there with me, and even though I was more scared than I've ever been in my entire life, I felt really lucky because not everybody gets to love someone and know that they love you back.
She said that.
Do you want us to play it back for you?
No. That was a scary time for all of us. Are we done?
Not really.
Great.
Belinda? What are you doing here?
I'm doing a college project. I told you.
The doctors?
It's a documentary.
Did you cut me off on the phone earlier?
No.
Because I rang back, it went straight to voicemail.
Oh, I think there's something wrong with my phone.
Really? Well, let me see it then. Go on, hand it over.
Mum?
If it's broken, show it me.
Mrs. Stewart.
This isn't over. Watch Darren for me.
I'm in the middle of filming. I can't.
Are you ready for the next setup? Who's this?
It's my brother. My mum's got him with Dr. Carmichael. Look, I'm sorry, but...
What's she gone in for?
An antenatal checkup. Why?
This is brilliant. Julie said that we couldn't do any consultation filming because, well, patient confidentiality. But if it's your mum, then it's not a problem.
Yes, it is.
Why?
Because she'll say no.
Of course you won't. She's your mum. Well, we can ask, can't we?
Well, she's told me to watch Darren, so...
I can keep an eye on him if you like.
See? Come on.
What's his name?
Darren.
Darren.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course, come on. Hello. What a lovely smile you've got. Bye.
After how you've acted today,
I'm sorry.
you have got some front, you really do.
Please, Mum, it'll just take a few minutes and then I'm all yours this afternoon, I promise.
What are you doing? You must be stoked to be having another baby, Mrs. Stewart. Do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
It's a boy.
We'll get a shot of the reading. Belinda.
Your blood pressure is 120 over 80.
Is that good?
Yes, it's normal.
Sorry.
What were you checking for?
Well, at this stage in the pregnancy, we're just checking for a condition called preeclampsia.
What is that?
Well, it's a condition where hypertension and ankle swelling arise in pregnancy. Do you know what hypertension is?
Is that high blood pressure?
Exactly. It can cause all sorts of problems for the unborn baby. And also the woman can get seriously ill if it turns into full-blown eclampsia.
Can I go?
Of course. See you in a couple of weeks.
Mum, I really appreciate it.
Out front, 1:30. No more excuses, right?
Yeah. See? She was cool.
There wasn't time to be scared. You just deal with events as they come. Besides, I'd seen this virus before.
Really?
Yeah, in Angola. As a medical student. Sometimes, at night, I can still hear the sound of pustules popping.
So you weren't really in Angola?
No, of course not.
Okay. So last week, must have freaked you out, not knowing whether you were infected or not. Were you on your own?
No, I was with a patient. Look, did you want to ask me about my job or something?
Yes. Dr. Carmichael, what's the most interesting medical case you've worked on so far and why?
Yes, well, I think that last year I had a patient.
Wait.
that-
I've got a much more interesting question.
Hey, me?
What was it like having a fist fight with my mum?
Would you take this interview seriously, please?
I am. I seriously want to know.
Sorry, Dr. Carmichael, you were saying...
I'm asking the questions.
What about the patient last year?
Okay, cut.
No.
I said cut.
Ladies.
Turn it off.
Don't touch it!
Okay, calm down. This is going to end in tears.
Nice one, baby. You could have killed the camera.
Me? You're the one who grabbed it.
What, so you're allowed to muscle in on my interview, but I'm not allowed to press the pause button?
Well, excuse me for asking a proper medical question. You just want to know about gossip.
This is supposed to be entertaining, not some boring careers advice video.
Do you know what? If I'd have known you were going to be like this, I never would have teamed up with you in the first place.
Yeah, well, the feelings...
What's going on?
Sorry, Mrs. Hall.
Are you going to go after her?
I've got a documentary to finish.
And as you can see, I was compelled to hang up my surgical gloves and seek gainful employment elsewhere. Hard to imagine I was so flustered at the... But now that I'm firmly ensconced in the bosom of general practice, I can't see myself returning to the harsh mistress of surgery ever again. And mind you, I miss the drama of a busy theatre, not treading the boards, it's a surgical theatre, but many of my friends are fond of old friends reminding me that there are plenty of incentives to
If you could just hold fire one moment.
turn a man's eye.
I just need to... Sorry.
Right.
It's clean. Imogen can be a stroppy little madam sometimes, but she's very fond of you.
I know. It's not about Imogen, really.
What is it then? Is it something to do with your mum?
I've got a 2 o'clock appointment with her boss. It's in a call centre. She wants me to start working full time. I thought if I got a weekend job and I helped out as much as I could at home, they'd at least let me finish sixth form. But now my mum's pregnant again and they can't support 5 kids on just my dad's wage.
5?
Tell me about it.
Oh. If your parents want such a big family, that's up to them, but it shouldn't be your responsibility.
What else am I supposed to do?
What would you like to do? And to what's your dream job?
I think I only volunteered for this project because, well, what I'd really like to do is be a nurse.
Well, there you go. You just got to tell them you're going to keep studying.
But my parents need me earning now, not in 3 years' time.
But I'm sure if you talk to your mom...
She'd never let me do it, Mrs. Hollins. She's not like you.
I tried to get rid of the screen menu, but I've changed the aspect ratio or something now. Can you fix it? Sorry about before. You can ask the questions if you like.
It's okay. Really? You're doing great, Emmy.
We're gonna get an A star for this, I just know it.
As you know, it wasn't my first dalliance with death, but standing on the edge of the precipice again made me ask the same question. Have I really lived? And when I returned to work, I realized something quite important. Being a doctor isn't always exciting. It's about fixing small problems, fixing things so that people can leave here without pain and discomfort and get on with their lives. And that's a good feeling, knowing that in my small way, I've made a difference.
Simon, just 5 minutes. Simon!
Hey, Belinda, I've been doing some research. If you're found eligible, and I think you would be, you could get your tuition fees paid in full by the NHS.
Oh, I appreciate it, Mrs.
No,
Hollins,
wait,
but...
read it. Where is it? Students may also receive financial support in the form of a means-tested bursary. They're actually giving you money. I mean, they're crying out for nurses. You couldn't be applying at a better time. I think if this is what you want, nothing's stopping you.
Yes, there is.
Belinda, this is your life, not your mum's.
I'm not speaking about anything personal.
We just want to ask you about your job. Like, during quarantine, how did you find out what the cure was?
I didn't. I just made a connection between a scientist and his daughter.
Still, must have been pretty exciting when you realised you'd saved the day.
I didn't save anything. I wasn't the one in here dealing with it. I was just glad to be able to help.
Is that why you became a doctor? To help people?
I suppose it is.
And when did you first know that that's what you wanted to do?
I guess I've always known, since I was a kid.
And is it everything that you expected it to be?
Sorry, can't do this.
Don't worry about it. Sam's just had a rough year, that's all.
Maybe we shouldn't use what we shot of him.
Why? It's not like he's crying or anything. Fine, we won't use the last bit. Guess that's a wrap then.
Well, wait, what about your mum?
What about her?
Well, we're going to interview her.
What for? She's a receptionist.
So, she was here during the quarantine and she's an HCA.
She takes blood. Big deal.
Imogen.
Well, come on, we're going to be late.
I'm not going.
What? Belinda, get in the car.
I'm not going.
Belinda! I am not in the mood for your rubbish today.
I don't want the job in the call centre.
Well, tough, because if they offer it you, you're taking it.
I've already got a job.
Washing dishes part-time. I bet Darren could earn more money than that.
Surprised you haven't tried.
Excuse me.
That's what kids are for, isn't it?
Who do you think you're talking to? I went to a lot of trouble to arrange that interview. Now stop your nonsense and get in the car.
I'm sorry, but no.
Mum!
Is everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine. She's my daughter.
We met before, Mrs. Stewart. Karen, Imogen's mum. She's stayed around our house loads. She's a lovely girl. You should be very proud.
What's this all about, anyway?
I want to finish college.
We've talked about this.
No, you talked about it. I never got a choice.
Choice about what? What is this? Nursing.
If I finish my A-levels, I can
No,
train.
I'm sorry. Out of the question.
It's not up to you. I'm going to be a nurse whether you like it or not.
Well, that'll be difficult, won't it, Belinda? If you've got nowhere to live.
You would throw me out.
Look, if you're not going to pull your weight.
Well, then maybe you can come and stay with us. I mean, it would only be until the course starts, because I'm sure that your gran will cover accommodation, but your mum's going to miss out on all the free childcare. You provide all the help around the house, but she'll cope.
I'm pregnant, Belinda. This is no way to behave.
I'm sorry, but it's how I feel.
Fine. I'll call and cancel if that's what you want. But your dad's going to have something to say about it.
I've made up my mind.
What time will you be home?
When I'm finished what I have to do.
Well done, Belinda.
Would you really let me stay at yours?
Well, yeah, you could have had Jack's room with some convincing. Oh, you did it. You told her what you wanted, and she had to listen.
But I feel so selfish.
You're going to be a nurse. Nothing selfish about that.
Thanks, Mrs. Hollins.
All right, I'm sorry. Stop being such a martyr. Oh. What? What?
Why are you so horrible to her?
I'm not. Things are complicated, aren't
Oh,
you?
grow up, Imi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise you two were best friends all of a sudden.
Well, in case you hadn't realised, things are pretty complicated for me too. I'd give anything to have a mum like yours.
Sorry, I missed dinner.
In the microwave.
I was putting something together that I thought you might like to see.
To answer your question, believe it or not, your mother's got a pretty impressive right hook. I suppose she was all pumped up on maternal adrenaline or something. Lioness and her cubs and all that. It's hard not to admire at least that about her. Although she did have an unfair advantage. And if it wasn't for that, I could have taken her.
I hope you've shown some gratitude to that mother of yours, young lady. If it wasn't for Karen, we would have never agreed to be filming here today. Very lucky to have her, Imogen. Don't take it for granted.
Got you a nice cup of tea?
Oh, thank you, Karen.
When did you do that?
What's this, Sinead?
I just want to make sure you're all right.
I'm fine.
Girls didn't upset you.
Oh, no. No, really, they didn't.
If you're sure. And you know I'm always around if you need to talk.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, eat your biscuits before I do.
She's very organised, efficient, full of suggestions, though not all of them practical. The chocolate fountain in the staff room was a bit out there.
It's for Valentine's
But
Day.
actually, you couldn't ask for a better receptionist. And she took to the HCA work like a duck to water.
No, I don't think so. I lost half a pint of blood in the first attempt. I knew she'd get the hang of it, though. You should see her now. She's a natural. She's a real people person. In fact, she could teach some of the doctors a thing or two about putting patients at ease, you know.
So, I've had all these people going on and on at me about how great you are, and I suppose they can't all be wrong. And even Belinda was telling me about how her whole life is going to completely change, all because you encouraged her to go for what she wants. Okay. I know how lucky I am to have you, Mom. And I know that I don't tell you enough. But I love you. Will you let me interview you? I've still got the camera. Please.
Come on. Better go and sort yourself out. Well, when I started, it was just another job. All the jobs I've had in the past, when you get home, that's it. Forget about it. And that suited me because I've got a family. But now, I feel like the people I work with are family too.
So how do you define that? You know, someone feeling like they're your family?
Well, you worry about them, you care about them. It's love, really.
Is Dad still family?
Of course he is.
Then why would you want to be with someone else?
I don't.
You went on a date.
That wasn't my idea.
You still went?
Yeah, I did. And I had a lovely time too. And I knew that he liked me. And I remember thinking him when he drove me home. He's lovely. He was funny, down to earth. Bad looking either. But something wasn't right. I kept thinking, why don't I like this man? And then I realised, he's not your dad.
Mrs. Winifred Temby, here to visit a friend in need.
What's that?
Personal.
Who do you think you are? I beg your pardon.
I like being here, doing everything for her, because it helps me pretend that everything's going to be all right.
Let the legal battles begin tonight on BBC.